Welcome back to Redemption HQ. We are hiding out at our local nacho house, waiting on, our appetizers of worst nachos. So while we're here, we're going to deliver the next podcast, and we're sorry that we haven't been putting the episodes out recently. We've had some, real life scheduling issues because, that's how you go. You got to sit down, you try and schedule a game, and, shit happens. But
Adulting.
yes, we all hate adulting. We know everyone out there hates adulting. We're kids. When you're a kid, a teenager, like, I can't wait to be adult. I can't wait to be 18. I can't wait to be 21. And then you turn 30 and like, what the fuck was I thinking? You
Oi.
know, People like, oh, vacation this, vacation that. You talk to a teenager, I don't want to be in school. I said, listen, I would love to take a week off and not have to go to work, even if I had to attend school for a week. It's much better than going to work every day, even if you love your job. So, with that being said, we're kicking off this episode. We're going to talk about uh, Evil Genius's latest digital product, Sidekick. We've talked about it before, but now that it's actually released, we can talk about what it offers, what's in the works from Evil Genius, and we'll see what other topics we can squeeze in. So, um, I have subscribed to Sidekick. What about uh, either of you guys? Harlan is missing from this week's episode. It's just
Mhm.
myself, Spectre Force, Robert D, and Brobarian today. So, you
I
guys,
definitely subscribed. I was on the Patreon, and when we were all told about this through both the Patreon announcements and the Discord announcements, I went ahead and canceled the Patreon and picked up their the hero tier option, which is like $4 a month. That saves you 20% off of doing the well, if you pardon the pun, the everyday option. uh, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I mean, I think all of us, all four of us, horsemen here were Kickstart backers, right? So I
yes.
think I know I got a bunch of credits when I signed up, and
Well, so what
that's been
they
really nice.
with the credits, from my understanding, is
Mhm.
they front load your credits when you sign up.
Mhm.
So I did it for the year. I paid the $48 outright for the year.
Same.
So
Yep.
I got the 24 credits plus the additional 4 credits for backing or for signing up before the end of February. So I ended
Same.
with
Yep.
58
Mhm.
credits. Now, I don't know if everybody knows this, but when you sign up for the paid version, because there is the free version,
Mhm.
you get the core rule book, the full core rule book. You get the vault. And when it comes out, I think we're looking at what, late quarter
Yeah,
2? The
that sounds
armory.
right.
The armory will
Oh
be in
yeah.
that as well. So just for signing up, whether it's the monthly fee, which I think is $5 a month, or if you do the yearly for $48 and save yourself, $12, um, that you have access with off the bat. And you know who doesn't do anything like that? D&D Beyond. You get like the SRDs, you get the SRD, but not the full books.
This
You
is
know,
true.
with Sidekick, full book for rules. They do have the quick start or the SRD rules on there as well for free if you have the free version. You get the vault, all right? Then you're getting the armory. That's 3 of their core books for just a subscription price. It's not like, well, now I spent my money to subscribe for the year and I still have to buy this content.
No, no, it's a very generous bargain.
It is. Dave, we appreciate you. We appreciate what you're willing to do to satisfy the customers because there's a lot of chat on the Discord about what people would like added in the sidekick. Like one of the biggest things, go ahead. I mean, oh, you're getting a kiss on the lips. He offered me a massage, but I had to turn him down. I'm like, I like it, Dave, but I appreciate the offer, but no, thank you. Are you growing a mustache?
I require no such bribery.
Are you gonna are you gonna are you gonna change your name to Beard Varian?
Ha!
Barbarian?
Yeah, I think Broberian would be good for Oktoberfest. Uh, I hear you.
That's understandable. I mean, you just switched jobs not too long ago, so
Hmm.
you got to get your finances back in order.
Aye.
Maybe Dave can give you a super discount. Who knows? So, one of the features that is being highly requested, and honestly, I don't know if I agree with this or not, but PDFs. Now,
Hmm.
my thing is they sell PDFs through the website. Now,
Right.
if you want something down, I get it. Everybody wants everything in one place.
Hmm.
So, my suggestion is if you buy the PDF on the website, it can get loaded into Sidekick. If you want to,
Hmm.
but the thing is, if you want a PDF, you want it for download purposes, which they did say, the crew did say that they are going to have a way to access your content offline.
Right.
We don't know what that form is going to look
Which
like
is
yet.
really appreciated.
Right. But people still want PDFs, but they
Hmm.
sell PDFs. So I'm kind of like
Now you
on the
can. There's
fence.
already a PDF option there.
Right. I'm on, like, I don't really think Sidekick needs the PDFs because you could just go to the website and buy the PDFs.
Right.
Like I understand having everything in one place, but with the subscription, you're getting the three core books anyway.
Exactly.
Why do you need PDFs in Sidekick? I don't understand people's perspective on that. And maybe someone can enlighten me to that. I just don't get it when the company already offers PDFs through the website that you can download at any time.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah, I think the frustration might be stemming from, as you said earlier, platforms like D&D Beyond don't have any such reciprocity, and the word on the street was that Wizards was actively trying to stop the production of PDFs for current edition books so that you would be more likely to buy digital versions of it on the platform. So
right.
you've got an absence
Right.
of PDFs in Dungeons and Dragons right now, and I think that might
Mm,
be what's stemming this desire for it. Even though, as you say, that's not the case at all with Evil Genius. It's the everyday hero stuff, like you said. There's a PDF purchase option, a very reasonably priced PDF purchase option on the Evil Genius store website.
yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know the PDF prices offhand.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, 6 months ago or so, they had all the CAs and the core rule book on a Humble Bundle for $18. Now, we back to Kickstarter. I already had the PDF for the core rule book. Um, but for $18, I got all the CAs, even though I had um Escape from New York and Highlander already from the Kickstarter.
Mhm.
I'm like, might as well get the other ones. Like, you know, why the heck not? For $18, I can't argue with that. $18 gets you a lot because other companies, like Renegade does that once a year around Halloween for Vampire and Hunter. And I've done that three
Mhm.
years in a row and keep forgetting that I did it and then keep getting extra books, PDF copies of stuff I already have. But it's $18. I really don't care. It's $18. You know,
Right.
not a huge deal in the grand scheme of everything. So I don't get the PDF thing for Sidekick. one of the upcoming. And now, guys, if I'm talking too much, you can tell me to shut the fuck up. And you want to talk, I don't mind.
Yeah, sorry. You know what?
Um,
I have to issue an apology to everyone out there because I did not realize so there was probably a lot of dead space there. I apologize.
Oh, so there's gonna be some
Woo.
there's gonna be some interesting one-sided versions of our conversations.
Yes,
Mm.
there is.
Oh,
So the
oh,
whole
that's brilliant.
so just to catch everybody up, the Beardian or Bro Beardian thing was because I shaved my face for a convention, so I have no beard. Just to catch everybody up on that real quick. But yeah, I'm sorry. My recording mixer had an update right before we went to record, so it undid a bunch of stuff, and I'm just now catching it all on the fly as we go. I apologize,
Oopsie.
but at least it's been getting you guys this whole time. My sound bar has been going up and down for you, so yeah, I apologize.
Life is an adventure.
Life happens.
Certainly. But yeah, so again, yeah, I haven't subscribed yet. Myself, I'm looking forward to it. Dude, Dungeons and or Dickheads and Dorks is man, I'm so done with D&D. Just in the totality of it, this new version is it's hot garbage, man. I got a
I'm not.
I got a copy from a buddy of mine. I was looking it over, and I'm just like, man, I have no
Which
interest
book?
whatsoever. The new player's book, the revised
The 2024.
Yeah.
2024, yeah.
No,
Well, they have all three
I
books.
still
You'll
call
have
it
to
sixth
play it.
edition. Yeah.
And it's like 5.5 because it's
Yeah, but
backwards
they.
compatible. I'm not gonna lie. I picked up the three books. I wanted to see what was in them, and I didn't want to be like, oh, not. I, I may if I run another 5 ES campaign.
Hmm.
If you have the PHP and want to use one of the classes from there, I'm all for that. I will probably make slight adjustments. If you want to use the class from the older book, I'm fine with that too, since they're
Hmm.
compatible. But I just wanted to see what was in there, and I ended up.
Hmm.
So I'm friendly with the manager of my local game store.
Always
So
handy.
because I run Everyday Heroes there, I've been running games there so long. 2 managers ago, gave me a 10% discount for stuff I run there. So I try and support my local game store. Um, and I actually just spent $130 there recently, picking up what did I pick? Oh, um, what is the Oh Gods of Appalachia? The player's guide
Ooh.
for that. And I've never heard of the podcast. I just seen the book and I'm like, that kind of looks cool with the cover. And then I picked up a couple of things or at least one thing for Vampire 5e. So
Cool. Cool.
I had I had, I like to support the store. So, um,
It's always nice to support local businesses, especially gaming stores these days.
right. That's
Oh,
where I run my
absolutely.
everyday heroes. So I'm going to plug the store in case anybody is in the Philadelphia metro area. It's the Complete Strategist in King of Prussia. Be sure to stop by and patron the store. They do have some of the out of print CAs there. They are waiting to get a copy of the vault and the rules back in stock. But they have when I last checked, they had Rambo. I think they might have had Universal Soldier still on the shelf. They did not have Highlander. Um, I think they might have had
Naturally not.
Escape from New
That's going
York.
to sell out fast.
Yeah. So they I think they still have Escape from New York. So if you're in the area, you can stop by if you're interested in one of those. I know they had 2 copies of Rambo. Next time I'm there, which will be in a couple weeks when I run plot 3, and that'll finish out everything for season 1 for Ego that I have. I'll double check the inventory, and if I remember to write it down, I'll let everybody know on our next, the next show following that running of plot 3.
Nice.
So back to Sidekick because I like to go off topic a lot.
You know.
So the PDF thing for me is questionable. I don't see the need, but you know, other people do.
Mhm.
Since they already promised us offline content anyway. Which I'm guessing may, and I'm speculating here, may come in the form of an app, which would be kind of cool. I don't know. Or they might have a way to download it as maybe like an EPUB or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Dave's mind on how to figure that out yet. One of the upcoming features, and I think we're all looking forward to this, is the character builder,
Oh yeah.
especially for you, Mr. Robert D, who
I
loves.
yeah.
I'm going to say, we might have to have an intervention for the amount of characters you like to design.
I might have 3 files worth on my personal Google Drive. By files, I mean file folders worth of like 4 different iterations of making MCU Phase 1, 2, and 3 characters. And
No, not
that
you. I don't believe it.
that's just the MCU. I probably shouldn't bring up the DuckTales reboot characters.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, yeah. They're anthropomorphic ducks and birds largely, but that literally gives them nothing mechanically. It's I just hand wave it. But
Speaking
Listen,
of
I'm going to get,
tunes, well, you know what? Let's go into this real quick since you're speaking of tunes.
yeah.
How about we talk about the poll that they held? The what should we focus on for our next set of releases for Sidekick?
oh
And
yeah.
tunes
Ooh.
was one of the options.
Mm-hmm. And for
Um,
those and for folks listening at home, uh, what we're referring to is that if you do get on Sidekick, there is a store library once you're signed in and once you're signed up, I should say. And every month there's the term that we've been using is snackables that get released or monthlies that get released. And this was something that was started on Patreon that is continued here. And there was like a Christmas themed thing where you could be a Kringlekin or an intelligent reindeer or a living snowman. And then there was also a bit where character options of what if you want to be something a bit more darkly supernatural, like what if you want to be a soul of the dead as a character origin, or a Gorgon hunter of lost soul character origin. And they just dropped some really cool spy stuff for this particular month. And we know it's already been released that in the coming months there's going to be an everyday apocalypse, like a post-apocalyptic situation set of stuff's released, and a sort of jazz age prohibition era film noir setting based sort of character options and such.
Now, you
And so
mentioned the
that's what we're
poll.
talking about. Yeah.
So, do you want to go over the options in the poll, or
Sure.
bro, do you want to do that?
Yeah. That'd be
What?
awesome, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So our options, or your options are, and you still have time to vote if I'm not mistaken. So make sure to get on
What?
Discord and get in there.
Well, by the time this airs, they might not because there's 19 hours left. There's
Oh.
440 votes though.
So we really hope all of you voted.
Yeah. Hopefully, hopefully you were all able to. Yeah, we got leading off. We got dinosaurs, tunes, steampunk slash Victorian age, everyday heists, an undersea adventure, cosmic horror, western heroes, supernaturals, criminal procedurals, and near future dystopia. So far, Undersea Adventure is the lowest rated one, and the reason why is because no one likes an underwater level in any game ever. All right.
Listen, I have PTSD from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the NES from that goddamn underwater level.
That
And if you didn't
fucking
use
electric.
Raphael,
Oh, the electric
well,
seaweed. Fuck that noise, dude. That
you had to
fucking
use
shit sucked.
Raphael was the fastest swimmer.
Mm-hmm.
You had to use him to get through it, or you couldn't get through it. You know how many times I failed at that goddamn thing?
Mm-hmm.
More than fingers and toes that I have,
Dude.
and I have all of them.
Well, it would let me finally use my Aquaman build.
So you mentioned all the options. They did put in um uh but that's the word. I don't want to say suggestions, but like ergo. So like for dinosaurs, they were like Jurassic Park. For tunes, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? For steampunk Victorian age, they did like Sherlock Holmes. Everyday Heist, they equaled it to Ocean's 11. The Undersea Adventures, The Abyss. Now, if you came out with The Abyss as a CA, I would probably play that.
Yeah.
Or if
Oh,
you had,
I'd play that.
or if you did it as like a standalone adventure for a convention or something, I would, I've seen The Abyss actually compared to some of the other CA movies more recently. Um, Undersea, Cosmic Horror, Cthulhu. Wow,
Yes.
there's a Cthulhu game. Western Heroes, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yoo-hoo!
Supernatural, ergo Ghostbusters.
And the Winchesters.
Yes, that was my first thought when I saw Supernatural. We Monster of the Week type thing. That's angels, demons. I'm all there for it.
Here.
The crime procedural. I can't even speak today. CSI. I would say more maybe NCIS or
I love that show
FBI
so
or
much.
Law and Order. Which one?
Mm-hmm. Oh, NCIS. I'm a huge
Oh
NCIS
yeah.
nut. I'm an
Oh,
NCIS nut.
I've been watching it since the first season.
Same.
So
Gibbs. I love
yes,
Gibbs.
yeah. Who doesn't? Denozo.
McGee.
McGeek.
He's totally a hacker class. I'm
Yes,
calling it.
yes, he
He's
is.
totally the hacker.
He is. Now, it's been a while, since a few of the actors have left, so Gibbs is no longer there.
Yeah, I'm
And
still reeling from that. It's just
I
not the
know
same.
it isn't. Parker's doing a decent job, but he's not
He
Gibbs.
is. No one can be.
Denozo's gone, but they have a spin-off coming up that was filmed in Europe with Ziva and Denozo.
Well,
For those who don't know,
that'll be
I'm
nice.
waiting for that. They also have NCIS Sydney.
I
I'm
actually
still,
did see the first few episodes of that. And it was quite good. As is
uh,
NCIS Hawaii.
I miss Hawaii. I loved Hawaii, and then they canceled it because they're cheap sons of bitches.
They cancel. Okay, now I'm ticked.
Yeah, they canceled Hawaii, bro. Or Robert. Yeah.
It was rough enough when they canceled NCIS New Orleans and
Oh, see,
Los
here's the thing.
Angeles, but at least
I
they
love
finished out the character arcs there.
next to Eric Roberts. Next to him, it's Scott
Not
Bakula.
Bakula.
All right.
He's
I
in
love Scott.
everything, man.
I love Scott Bakula. All right. There's a show for 3 seasons on TBS. Men of a Certain Age. It was Scott Bakula, Ray Romano, and Andre Bauer.
Now there's a trio.
And I watched that in my 30s because, and I'm like, I relate to these guys in my 30s. So, I was upset. But then again, it did last 7 seasons, so I can't argue that too much. But Hawaii only lasted 3, and it should have been more.
Yeah, that was just a really well done show, and I mean the setting is freaking beautiful, and oh my
Well,
gosh, it's
Mag-
if you could just let me watch Magnum PI the
that's what I was just gonna
original,
say. Magnum
and
PI, Tom Selleck,
yeah,
baby.
oh my gosh, yeah, I saw the reboot and it's decent, but you
It,
can't you can't replace Tom Selleck, and
you can't.
it's to the new guy's credit, he never tried to look like Selleck.
Right,
Nobody else can pull off the stash like Selleck.
right. Except for my one Shadowrun character.
This is fair.
He has a mustache. It's on the character sheet. He has a mustache that rivals that Tom Selleck will be jealous of.
Ooh, the Selleck 2.0.
Yes, and
The legends are true.
yes, the last one was the near future dystopian. They did Gattaca.
That is a good movie.
I haven't seen that in forever either. So, I mean, that's what's on the polls. That's what they're upcoming. Leading the percentages. At 15%, we're at the Supernatural.
Thank you.
At 12%, we're at Western Heroes and Dinosaurs.
Love them both.
At Let's see. 11% is the steampunk. At 10% is the everyday
Yes.
heist, which is the
Love
a
it.
la Ocean's 11. Also 10% is the near future dystopia.
Also fun.
Then we go to cosmic horror with 9, tunes at 8, and then under the adventures at 4%, which Robert D is very upset about, and I don't blame him because he's going to cosplay as a crab and start singing Under the Sea.
Under the sea, under the sea. Golly, it's what? Sorry, I lost the lyrics. Now I'm embarrassed. Darling, it's wet, better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Love that song.
See, Robert's the only one of us who can actually sing.
Wait, does that make me the party's unofficial bard?
Yes.
Oh,
Now,
crud.
now go seduce the dragon.
I am not Donkey.
In the morning, I'll make a waffle.
Oh, the Shrek references. Ah. But so as far as the singing goes, I would love to be a bard. As far as the interpersonal relationship element that usually goes with that class, I have no I have no good fortune in that arena. So
I know.
I would be the atypical bard that really sucks at that particular set of social scenarios.
I am also in the same boat. It's not necessarily the social scenarios.
It's
It's
these
just
specific interactions.
yes, yes, exactly it.
Because I like to
And by
think
the,
I'm relatively personable, but
by the
uh,
way, for all the listeners out there, we're not ugly. We just have poor communication skills.
okay,
No, I'm kidding.
that well for me that actually kind of tracks.
Yeah,
uh,
for me, it's not poor communication skills. It's the IDGAF. I don't give a fuck.
oh me oh my.
All right, so character builder.
Well, I don't know. I have a face for internet radio, so.
Oh man,
Well, you know what? We
you burned
haven't met you.
yourself.
Yeah, we haven't met you in person,
True.
so we don't know if you actually look like Richard Kind or not, or Tom Petty.
Oh, Ron
You
Perlman.
know,
Oh god, what would
uh,
I don't know. I don't know what I look like. I look like a
one
man.
day we will know. It's me, Mario.
And
You look like an
Mario.
Italian plumber,
Looking like a man.
Luigi.
Looking like a man.
I look
Ah,
like a me.
oh,
See,
what was that Marx Brothers line? Oh, they think I look like myself. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like you guys were saying, probably the most anticipated, specifically promised bit of love on Sidekick is the online tool character builder that is currently in the works. Uh, like I'm on the Sidekick's home right now, and it says character building coming soon, launching an interactive character builder to create your perfect character. And there actually is a sample image of something that they're working with that's based on stuff there that folks have been using in Foundry. But it's just a sample image that I have no idea when exactly that's coming out. But as my co-hosts here have pointed out, uh, my name is Robert, and I'm a habitual character builder. So if we're talking about things in the anonymous versions, then I would very much like to see that come out. I mean, that said, I mean, I've been making characters the old-fashioned way with pen and paper and printouts, or just making notes to myself on the wonderful character sheets that are already out there. But that's definitely coming. An adventure builder is also listed under coming soon, which again, if you've used anything like say a D&D Beyond style platform or that Demiplane platform, if you've got something that can help you rapidly pick and choose various modular bits of setting material or NPC stats, that can really help you speed up game prep and get yourself organized pretty darn quick. So so those are the two big things in the coming soon, as far as technological tools and such like available for you. Uh, I believe they already do have like virtual tabletop tokens and maps available for purchase on the Sidekick platform,
Some of them,
alongside the bonus features and such.
yeah, I think some of them come with certain adventures that you buy.
Right.
Now, going back to the tickets, when you sign up, you get 2 tickets per month. So when you sign up if you do it for the year, you'll get 24 tickets to purchase the products. If you run out of tickets, most like the adventures, most of the monthly content is $5 or 1 ticket. So if you don't have the tickets, it's $5. I'd have to see um what the books go for. I think the core rule book, if you wanted to buy it through the free version, is like $30. I want to say it might be 25 for the vault. Don't quote me on this. I'm not 100% sure. Um, but if you do the yearly, you get 24 tickets, and that's enough to, with getting the rules, the core rules, the vault, and soon the armory. You don't need to buy those. There's a whole
Hmm.
bunch of content you could buy, including the ego adventures, which I think are also one ticket. Oh, what I did miss out on this, and I'm surprised Robert didn't correct me on this or chime in with this, not correct me, but you get access to the Intergalactic Heroes beta.
Oh yeah, that they specifically said that any betas that they drop will be accessible for free if you have the paid subscription, which is utterly freaking fantastic. Right now, I think the Intergalactic Heroes beta goes all the way up to 9th level. Oh no, not sorry, not 9th level, but a 7th level. So we don't yet know the capstones for the different character class options available there, but the bulk, if you'll pardon the Everyday Heroes game rule reference pun there, the bulk of what you would you would need to play a character through almost the entirety of a 10 level run is present in the beta. There's some awesome setting materials in there, some great new like space opera sci-fi style weapons and tools and such. Not to mention the crazy new origins that are out there. I mean, I these folks are just brilliant. I would never in my wildest dreams have imagined coming up with a sentient mollusk colony that somehow uses vibrational communication to be empathic. I would never have been able to come up with that. I love creating short fiction, but I'm not that creative.
You know what? I can feel the vibration.
Good vibrations.
I was
I'm
actually
sorry.
thinking Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
That's what I was
Feel the
thinking.
Oh,
vibration. Feel the
I'm
vibration.
old. I'm old.
I'm older than you. I love the
This is
Beach Boys. I remember seeing on TV one year they were here performing. I think it was for 4th of July, and John Stamos was sitting in for drumming.
Oh, like he did in the
So
Kokomo, like he did in the Kokomo
yeah,
video. Love
yeah,
it.
that was
Love
years
it.
ago. I mean, it might be the 80s or early 90s, but
Sweet.
yeah. Oh, here we go. Let's see content. Now, they have some of the CAs listed on there that are out of
And like
licensing, so I
the
don't know.
CAs that are still licensed like $10 a pop or 2 tickets,
Oh, that's not
and
bad. So you can get
not at all
Kong Skull Island or Pacific Rim.
like $10.
Yeah. There's some VTT
And
ready maps,
mm-hmm.
tokens. Because now I'm scrolling it. I want to go to the library because while I'm here, I want to pick up store library.
Yeah,
Um,
sadly, a lot of the CA specific mini adventures are no longer available because of licensure expiring and such. But we still have, and these are we got Kong Sliver of the Skull, we have Pacific Rim, the Fenris Aurora. Both of those are still available at present. and I have no doubt that there will be more coming down the line with all the polls that we've been talking about, and
Yeah.
the Evil Genius folks starting to gauge what the fan base would be interested in.
Yeah. Oh, the convention, the convention adventures, the one shots are also available. They're like Everyday Arcana, A Little Bit
Sure.
Crazy, Gorgon Hole Punch, High Heaven. The Holiday Heroes is on there. These are one shot.
I
Take Us
love
to Your
Holiday
Leader.
Heroes.
What was the new spy one?
Oh, that
Is
one
it
came out very recently. That was, let me, I claimed that in
is
with
that
some of my
is that
tickets.
Everyday Spies?
Yep, that's the one. Everyday Spies,
I already
and
I already claimed that. I didn't
and
realize that was this one.
High Heaven is an espionage adventure using some of the themes and concepts from the Everyday Spies. Because like
Oh,
last month they had a sort of intergalactic tie-in with a first contact specialist
yes, I claimed that
class
too.
and the Take Us to Your Leader adventure, which again just sort
So
of
hold
a
on.
little bit of hype up for the intergalactic heroes, and who doesn't like a good spy story?
Yeah, hold on. So High Heaven was
Yeah, that was connected to the Everyday Spies. Yeah, because
oh, I didn't
they
claim that one.
generally
I'm gonna get that right
they
now.
generally have a player options product release or snackable, and an adventure and a short adventure one shot to go with it. That way you get a little something you can a little ready made something you can use your new character option.
Yeah. All right. I thought I saw the picture. I thought it was an Intergalactic Heroes thing, but I have now added it to my library for one ticket.
Woohoo!
So I think I like the idea of Everyday Spies. I'm a big spy when it comes to, you know, if there were spy books, I would read the spy books. Like spy movies, like Spies Like Us.
Love Spies Like Us.
That's a good one.
I know. It is. It
Chevy
is.
Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd at their finest.
I know. I know. It's just great. It's something I would do. Oh, here we go. Source books, Everyday Heroes core rulebook. So if you do not subscribe to the Sidekick and you get the free one, it's $30 for 6 tickets,
Very
and the
reasonable.
vault is $25 for 5 tickets.
Nice. I mean,
But
both
then
of
you
those
have that.
are cheaper than the hardcover and very reasonable.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the hardcover for Everyday Heroes is $59.99,
Mm-hmm.
and the vault is $49.99, which not too terrible. When we
Considering
were
the size of these things, that's pretty good money for the hardcover too.
right, before we started recording, I was talking about some products I picked up, or maybe I did do it while I was recording. I don't remember. Um, but I picked up Old Gods of Appalachia,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a $70 core rulebook. That's $69.99. So,
It's
and it's
comparable.
not and it's not as thick.
Oh, yeah. Everyday Heroes is a very filling meal. It's a very meaty tome.
For our older listeners, such as us, it's encyclopedic.
Oh,
It's encyclopedia thick.
and it truly is encyclopedic. It has a little bit of something for just about every possible modern adventure you could think of.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much you can do with it, especially if you're coming from D&D with the 5e rule set. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's there's some slight differences,
Mhm.
but if you know 5e D&D, you can easily transition to Everyday Heroes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And the differences are actually pretty well described. In fact, I think the Evil Genius folks actually had created a small a small like a PDF about, hey, here's some here's some easy things to remember about the major differences between 5e and Everyday Heroes. That way you can know what to watch out for and what specifically is different. Like how armor works, or how or a few differences about combat or chase or the chase rules, things like that. And of course, like vehicle proficiencies are just, well, you have a vehicle skill now.
Right. Do we have any more areas on Sidekick we wish to touch on?
Other than me salivating about the upcoming character builder. I'm not
Oh,
salivating. Sorry.
pick your jaw up off the floor, son.
I'm sorry, Pa.
So, for those of you not in the Discord, you may or may not heard yet, or on Reddit, that Sig Trent has left Evil Genius to go out on his own. Now he's still going to be making third-party content. He's still a part of the community, but he's just not employed by Evil Genius anymore. So, with that being said, Sig has just put out on his website and drive through what he calls hero sheets. They are fillable PDFs that will calculate some of your basic stuff based off your attributes. So I think it calculates your hit points. I think it calculates your defense based on your class. I'm not too sure. I haven't picked them up yet. And it's only $4.95. Now, if you can, buy it from his website because Drive Through RPG takes like 30% off the top. So if you can't, you can get it through Drive Through, get it through Drive Through. You know, I'm not going to tell you not to get it. But if you buy it through Sig's website, which I believe is sigtrentgames.com, that money, all that money goes to him, and we want to support Sig and the rest of the Evil Genius Company,
Here, here.
and other third-party content creators.
Yeah.
Also, with
Sig
that
is
being
amazing.
said,
Yeah.
he is. I love talking to Sig. I love talking to Brian. I talked Sig's ear off a couple years ago at Origins when I found out he wrote Highlander. So
Love that book so much.
I'm just happy he didn't get annoyed with me because I had lots of questions. I was like a toddler. Why? So, um, with that being said, I know third-party content creation. Robert, you might want to release some of your characters that you've built, maybe on Drive Through. If you do the third-party licensing deal, you could,
That'd be a lot of fun.
you could sell them for, I don't know, $1 or $2.
Mm-hmm.
Because you like to build them, you could do like, a pack based on your different, groupings.
Here's my phase 1 pack, and
Well, here's my cartoon based pack. Here's my
mm-hmm.
Marvel based pack, or here's this, or here's that.
Yeah, here's my DuckTales pack, and here's my
Right. Now,
Gotcha.
for those of you who might be interested in creating third party content, a buddy and myself are looking to do that and put out some adventures, hopefully in the relatively near future, sometime this year. You can find this on the Evil Genius website for the third party licensing. It's $50 for 10 years, as long as I read that correct, which I believe I did. So you're paying $50 for 10 years. And I mean, that's that's $5 a year. You pay up front. There are some stuff in there for Evil Genius to like, you could sell it, I think, through their website, or they would market your product, and they get a small cut for that kind of stuff. But then you're also free to sell it on sites like Drive Through RPG or your own website and stuff like that. So for those of you who are creative and are interested, they don't do an OGL like WotC, but if you're going to be make money off it, I think it's a little fair to kick back to the company, to be able to make stuff for their products, because you're going to be looking to make money off of it yourself. So I mean, besides that, $50 for 10 years is not bad. I paid more than that for some of the 3D print Kickstarters I've backed to be able to commercially sell some stuff. So if that's something you're interested, it's on the Evil Genius Games website, and check it out. Because I think on the Discord, Sig actually dropped me the link for that, and that's I kind of read through that a little bit. So get out there, get creative, and maybe make a few bucks in the process. We haven't.
I'm certainly kicking around ideas in the back of my head for something I would like to do Um, because my specialty is superheroes. For those of you who you may or may not know, I do you might catch me every now and then on their YouTube channel, but you'll probably see me on their special thing. But I do work with Green Ronin, and I've been helping them out with their Valiant RPG that's been coming out, or that's getting ready to come out here pretty soon. I've got a top secret project that I'm working on with them. I can't give a lot of details, but if it goes through, I can at least tell you that it's going to be a multimedia experience, which I'm really excited for. And but when it comes to everyday heroes, I've been kicking it around in the back of my head, and wanting to pull this off. But like a superhero uh, third party adventure thing that's specifically for everyday hero. So I've been kind of
Everyday
kicking
soup,
it. Yeah, everyday capes.
everyday Kate. There we go.
Awesome.
So yeah, I just I really want to get into. Well, I want to look into the whole third party licensing
That
thing,
would be
and
awesome.
especially since income tax returns are coming up. And
Oh,
we're
those
gonna have a
things.
little bit of money.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? If have either of you looked into it? Does it cost anything? Initial
What
plan?
for Evil Genius?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
the
I was just
license is like
saying,
50 bucks
it's
for.
$50. It's $50 to get the rights to the licensing, which I believe allows you to use the logo
Mm-hmm.
for the Everyday Heroes. In fact, if you bear with me here, I will pull it up on my computer and see what we got here. Evil Genius Games. No, where did I find? Oh, I know Sega originally dropped that link. I'm just trying to figure out where where it went. Maybe it's at the bottom. Oh, maybe it's partners. Oh, here it is. Licensing program. It's at the bottom of the evilgeniusgames.com website. And I'm just waiting for my gigabit slow internet to go to that page.
Well, filling
Yeah.
the dead air there. While he looks, yeah, I think Everyday Heroes is it's definitely ripe for third party contributions. Some things that I would like to see, because I've been getting into pulps in like the 1930s era creations. I'm
Nice.
talking like Conan the Barbarian, Green Hornet, the Shadow, the Spider. Um,
Love the Shadow.
Shadow's great, man. Green Hornet is but definitely
He's
one of my
amazing.
favorite. Um, I found a podcast, the Green Hornet Case Files. It's a pretty new podcast, but it's on fire. There's so many Green Hornet uh, pros who've been going on there. Um, they've had comic book writers, comic book artists. They had the Bill Dozer's daughter on there to talk about Batman 66 and Green Hornet, which was really cool because when her dad was making Green Hornet, she was off to college, so she wasn't
Hmm.
exactly familiar with the everyday minutia of it, other than her dad was super excited about finding Bruce Lee because
Hmm.
her dad recognized, like, hey, there's something special about this guy. So I'm really excited that we got him on the show. Which, I mean, oh my gosh, what a legend that man has become. And so it was cool, like her sitting down and talking to these guys who were fans of her dad's work, actually filled in blanks for her, with all this behind the scenes stuff and like the collection of interviews that people have had with Bill while he was alive, or some of the actors, or like the children of the actors who were on the 66 show, that things that have
Hmm.
just kind of compiled over time. So it was really cool. It's been a real fun listen to. And so speaking of like that, the speakeasy age and that era, I would love to see Everyday Hero get into that aspect too. With the
Hmm.
Toy Rose, that'd be really cool.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I mean, it's I like right now with the rules as written.
Mm.
You've given me some great ideas for some. Okay, I know what I'm doing over the weekend,
Oh,
but
cool. Yeah, and
I mean, just
to
making the Shadow, or if you saw the old Billy Zane movie, The Phantom.
yeah, the Phantom.
I mean,
Exactly.
oh yeah,
Or even better too is like since they're suggesting heists, you could always do the inverse with the
oh
sting.
yeah,
The sting
yeah.
operations. That would be cool.
Hmm.
One thing I was considering too, because I've been knocking around the idea of possibly setting up a gaming company, just so I have once I because I'm going to be starting college this year. Because I'm going to be going to college for creative writing and
Awesome, man.
business in that. Because right now, like, I am woefully inept. I've been out of school for way too long. I've actually busted out my writer's ink book from junior high and high school to re-educate me on grammar. I pulled that out, so I'm like, okay, I need to get to work on this book. I need to, and I want to make sure that it's like, yeah, I'm, not I don't know, whatever you want to put in there, putting periods where commas and all that other jazz.
Having bad grammar and punctual, yeah, yeah, that's what it really comes down to. Now, now you have resources available. I mean, they're very talkative, but both Brian and Sig would probably, have a conversation with you about breaking into the industry and stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I would see them as a good resource to reach out to and talk to. We know Brian likes to talk. We know Sig loves to talk too.
Yeah.
They've both been doing this for quite some time. So don't, you have your resources there to talk to. With that being said, I found the licensing stuff.
All right. Cool.
Um, let's see. License subject to compliance, the terms of license here and limitations herein. Um, EGG grants you limited, non-exclusive, non-transferable, non-sublicensable license right to use the PI in your role-playing game. Brand use, you may include the following statement. Let's see. Name of your licensed RPG is compatible with Everyday Heroes role playing system. You can also use the following official logos as set forth on Exhibit B found in the 3P resource page and incorporated herein by reference. A lot of legalese. Um, Number four, term is 10 years, which will auto renew for an additional 10-year period unless EGP provides written notice of termination 6 months prior to expiration of the then current term. And that is $50. So $50 every 10 years.
That's not bad.
That's very reasonable
That
Um,
extraordinarily. Yeah.
because that evens out to like it's $50 for 10 years. That's what $5 a year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. For publicity, you agree that EGG may identify you as a party with whom it has a business relationship within its web properties and marketing materials.
Mm-hmm.
Stands
Um,
to reason.
Yeah. Whenever utilizing the PI in your license RPG, you will include the following statement, which identifies PI. The PI identified on the 3P resource page are product identity of Evil Genius Productions. Let's see, privacy community guidelines, notice of infringement, governing law, contact info, indemnification, assignment, acceptance. Here we go. Right to market. Okay, so by checking the box below, you also agree to the following addendum. Right to market or co-promote your licensed RPG to our customer base. Upon mutual agreement, EGP can co-promote in its sole discretion your licensed RPG and will be entitled to receive 10% of the net proceeds from variable and track sales resulting directly from EGP's promotional efforts. Digital distribution. You grant AGG the right at its sole discretion to market and sell the digital version of your licensed RPG worldwide through its e-commerce properties for no less than 80% for bundling and promotions of your standard frontline online retail price. EGG will collect all net proceeds therefrom and pay you 70% of such net proceeds quarterly within 30 days following the end of each calendar quarter. In this regard, you will provide EGG with all the assistance EGP may reasonably require, including granting all necessary rights to promote and sell your product, including use of your trademarks and copyright associated with your licensed RPG, as well as providing the digital product to facilitate reproduction and distribution. And then physical, from time to time, EGG may present you with an opportunity to distribute your physical product through EGP's distribution partners. If you agree, you will agree to the same foregoing net proceeds share from such third-party distribution partners' wholesale price. So there's a bunch of bullet points to look over besides that, as I quickly went over them. But yeah, you can go right to their website. It's Evil Genius Games /3P-license, all lowercase / to get this up. You fill it out and you can, pay online and you're good to go. So it's basic information, address, the addendum, signatures, and payment.
Nice.
So it looks pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
If I was, as I told you guys, like me and my buddy are looking to write, come up with some adventures for Everyday Heroes. It may behoove us to maybe create an LLC for tax purposes and
Not a bad
whatnot.
idea.
And usually, I think the price for an LLC is only $250, so it's not super expensive. So if you do go that way, if you create an LLC, which again,
Yeah,
is the probably the good way to do that.
Yeah.
Then $50 on top of that, so you're looking at like $300, and you're protected from as an LLC. You have the licensing rights, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Huh. Cool.
So, I mean, we've covered quite a bit this show. I don't know how much of it makes sense, but we talked about it.
And it's good food for thought. I honestly had not thought about trying to monetize my obsession with making characters using Everyday Hero rules and other gaming rules. So it's good food for thought, and I definitely have to make sure I take a good long look at the contract, because you spelled it out pretty nicely for us here. And I mean, I know that a lot of the stuff I do is like taking characters from my favorite movies or TV shows or novels and turning them into Everyday Hero stuff. I would just need to see about, do I need to also look into some copyright stuff from the folks that actually own those particular IPs when I make those character sheets? Because I know it's one thing to make a YouTube video about, hey, I'm going to make a D&D character for Captain America or an Everyday Heroes character for Captain America, but because that's just posting a YouTube video. But but if I'm going to try to post something on, say, DriveThruRPG for money,
you would have to generalize it and not, like, if you were making Captain America, you couldn't call him Captain America. You could call him
Super Soldier, right? I know. Right. Okay, I gotcha. So it'd be like, so instead of everyone's favorite fedora wearing platypus, it would be Barry the Platypus, the legally distinct version,
right,
of Perry.
Exactly. You just got to make sure you don't infringe on the copyright. And
Phineas and Ferb are totally engineers.
Yeah, most likely, unless you start making tons of money, you're probably going to fly under the radar. But again, you got to protect yourself. Again, LLC.
Right, and you got to be respectful for the copyright laws.
Right, exactly.
Intellectual property rights important.
Exactly. Because it could affect you one day.
Absolutely true. And don't I know it? You never know. That's the thing. You never know. Like, I mean, we're all four of us are very creative people. I mean, you're talking about trying to start making third-party content. Bro's talking about doing creative writing stuff, and mean, heck, I've been trying to take I've been taking lessons for voiceover stuff and trying to work on making an LLC for that specific area.
Well,
So
you can just have a generic You can have your company,
Mhm.
and your company
Right.
can do multiple things. You don't need a different LLC for going to create third-party content for Everyday Heroes
Okay.
versus your voiceover work that you want to get into.
Okay.
So you could just have your company, and then you under your company you can do both.
Multiple things. Okay.
Right.
Interesting. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
I'm in the midst of navigating the state government bureaucracy to make sure I'm crossing my T's and dotting my I's, make sure everything's legal and above board with the LLC creation situation. But that's thank you. That's great advice and food for thought.
Yeah, I mean, again, double check me. I'm not a lawyer, but this is all from my understanding
Hmm.
of, because the LLC is a limited liability corporation. That's what it stands for.
Right.
So, it's not like, you or Johnson and Johnson have different divisions. You're Robert D, who has, Robert D Productions or whatever you want to call it.
Once I get it up and running, I'll be sure to tell you guys the name on one of the episodes.
Make sure you copyright it.
Absolutely. Well, I did make sure to purchase a domain name. While I'm working on this, as I said, the paperwork portion, trying to make sure I've got all the right paperwork. But I'm making sure to get copyright such for the name and all that. So not a worry, not a worry. Like we said, copyright law is important. Intellectual property is important. It's the effort and work creatives put into making their products. It should be respected.
Right. So that's just one thing, just double check what I said, make sure I'm correct. Because if I'm not correct, make sure you let me know. Hey, listen, this is, we talked about this. You said this. This is actually what it is. Because I don't want to give out bad information. That's like one of my hugest pet peeves is
Understandable.
people not caring and just giving out bullshit information, and it makes me want to strangle.
We want to make sure that Rob D. Pickchins is all set and written
I have to remember that one.
or
All right.
Rob gives you the D.
down.
Maybe not that one. Maybe not that one. Let's not use that one ever. No. Uh, no. Yeah, I'd rather be able to if
Uh,
when I ever do get this up and running, I want to be sure I can say the name to my parents with a straight face, but
yeah.
and not have to explain nuances to the little nephews and nieces.
Yeah. You understand when you're older.
Because that's the next time they would see me if I use that name because their
Yeah.
parents might not let me back in the house. But
Yeah, this could be true. Could be true.
oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, that's uh, thank you for that advice about making sure things are generic. If folks do want to try and post their favorite characters and they're inspired by something, that's generally good advice. Come up with a generic name or a generic concept and just model the character after it, and maybe give it a little spin of your own.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. You want to have your own touch to it,
Because that's
and you
ultimately
kind of
what character builds are. I mean, it's you trying to fit a particular image into a rule set, and it's your take on it. And when I mentioned about Captain America character videos, I mean, if you do a YouTube search on that, there's dozens of turning this or that superhero or anime character or movie character into D&D character videos, and every single one's different. Every single build is a different take, a different person's perception and thought process about what defines the core elements of that character.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, so I would think that mine would be just as valid as anyone else's, and very likely folks would like them or not like them or want to make their own. And honestly, I kind of hope that it does inspire folks to say, I don't really like. Maybe I don't like this guy's take, but gosh darn it, those rules actually look pretty damn cool. So I'm gonna make my own version.
Yeah. I have an idea that I need to flesh out for a new class of smart hero.
Ooh.
So I was thinking about like some of this stuff. Me and my buddy were talking about, coming up with adventures and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know what to call it. I know what what's inspiring it, but I would also need to come up with specific plans for that class, or maybe I make it maybe I make it a charming hero, and it has its tricks. I don't know. I'd have to see what it would fit best into, because it could be maybe even like kind of like a crossover between the
Hmm.
two. I'd have to
Yeah,
go back and do my
a
research on the
good
character again.
yeah, a good rule of thumb is that if you're looking for something that can be pretty darn uh like a field controlling situation, or have very large scaling impact in terms of
Well,
larger radius, larger number of effects, probably going to be a smart hero situation.
this
If
is
you're
going to be
looking for
more
more
of a,
fine-tuned,
a niche
mm-hmm,
kind of thing. It's just that the abilities, I
mm-hmm,
don't know if they would be tricks or plans, or maybe
mm-hmm,
I come up with something new.
Yeah.
right,
Um, it would, but it would be along those lines of a trick or a plan. So I would probably end up having to come up with something new.
right.
Um, Based on, I don't want to give anything away because I don't want anyone else to steal my idea. Not you guys, but there's people out there might like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna run with it before I have a chance to actually, put any, pen to paper essentially.
Yeah.
But it's gonna have, like the smart heroes have genius points, and then what the charming heroes have, what do they
Influence
call
dice.
it? Influence dice.
Yeah, we'll,
You
we'll be
know,
digging into all that in a separate episode
yes,
at
yes,
some point.
yeah. When bro can stand to get back into that again. But yeah, it is. Yeah. So, are there any other topics we want to discuss tonight? Because it is getting a little bit late.
I I think we covered the main focus of uh, the snackable releases, the still in production character builder and encounter builder,
Mm-hmm.
the possibilities of future snackable monthlies that are coming out, and in our usual friendly banter, went off topic in a wide variety of areas. But no, I think we pretty much I think we gave a nice overview of the Sidekicks app and the stuff that's present and upcoming.
Yeah. The only other things I can think of is what the new content for Skull Island and Pacific Rim, and
Oh yeah.
and have any of you been contacted about Return of the Living Dead yet?
I have
Not
not
yet.
been.
Not yet.
I I've been I've been I've been among those doing a little bit of bug hunting on some stuff, but I've not been contacted for anything concerning Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
I'm rather curious to
Re-
see
re-
what character option stuff
Return
is
of the
going to
Living
be.
Dead, not Night of the
Oh, sorry,
Living Dead.
sorry.
Yeah, Return.
Return of the Living Dead. Wrong Living Dead. So
Yes,
Mr. Romero will forgive me, I hope. But
I'm pretty sure we'll probably end up with an advanced copy before it releases or close to.
I would
Or
be
if
very keen on taking a look at that.
Yeah, we might be able to persuade Dave to let us see a little bit of it before it comes out. This way we could talk about it ahead of time. And I don't think
Build up
they've
some hype.
decided on the. Yeah, I don't know if they decided on the release date yet. If it's going to be August for the anniversary or December for release with the new movie. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's still being kicked around.
Oh, that's right. The
Um,
new movie's coming out that soon. Wow.
right. So when I was at PAX, Haley mentioned it would either be August for the anniversary of the original,
Hmm.
Return of the Living Dead, or release it with the coincide of the new movie that's coming out. So they were still discussing when they want to release it. And I guess really comes down to um, when it can get done, because right now Eric is doing the interim editor. I think they're looking for a new editor.
Mm-hmm.
Because Eric has a lot on his plate right now between that and running Ego and any of the issues that come up with, you know, the dispatch. So we'll see how that develops. If you are an editor out there with experience, you might want to, drop an email to Evil Genius, or maybe catch Dave on the Discord and say, hey, if you're looking for an editor, I might be interested in the position. Because I know that would definitely help Eric out, take some stuff off his plate, but I don't know what their plans are. I don't know if there's anything officially listed as for one, but I know
No,
Eric is doing
I'm sure they've got something in the works, and yeah, so all best thoughts and prayers to Eric.
Yes. Yeah, he needs them.
Mhm.
He's just got so much on his plate. So I think that's it for me. I don't think I have any other things to discuss tonight. I will save my next, going off the rails on a crazy train for the next episode.
Yeah, and we did make our obligatory Eric Roberts reference. So yeah, I think we're covered.
Yeah.
I do believe that. Yeah, that I think that does it. Great chatting with you guys again. And I know we've had the adulting thing, and I was sick in bed for a solid 48 hours at some point over the last month. So yeah, it's just really great to just be chatting with you guys again, and hoping we can get these rolling back out to our subscribers, and to just for us, because I don't know about you guys, I love doing these with you.
Oh yeah, I look forward to doing these, especially when it's all, we know what we're doing and it's planned out a little bit. I do like doing some stuff shooting, from the hip. Because that's how I roll. That's how I run games. That's how when I go to learn something new, I just, jump in feet first and, sink or swim.
Here, here.
Well, bro, do you want to take us out? You want me to do it? We want to force Robert to do it?
I don't know, Robert. Are you ready to?
I'll give it my best college try.
Just
All
remember,
right.
losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
And sometimes
But
a woman
also-
just needs a good slap.
Yes. Yes,
But
yes, you got
don't forget, if your head leaves your shoulders, it's over.
Yes.
That's
Don't
right.
hit your head.
And at some point, we will be getting into that delightful franchise. But until then, all of you listeners at home, thank you for tuning in today for our delightful Everyday Heroes podcast of Redemption HQ. And hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this. And meet us at the Nacho House again next time we have a session. Everybody have a wonderful night, and be careful out there.